Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be looking at Article 3.7.6, Food Premises of the OBC. Now, if you haven't liked, share, or subscribed to this video, I would advise you to do so and stay tuned for the next video. So, before we begin, please turn to your OBC at page 178 or the mention codes at the top. So 3.7.6.1 applies to all food premises. Restaurants and other food area that are Group A occupancies are not treated as Part 9 or small buildings. So the question is, what are small buildings? So Part 9, small buildings, restaurant has no more than 30 people or persons and are considered as Group E occupancy. And we can refer to this in 3.1.2.6. Now 3.7.6.2, floor finishes, where food are prepared, handled, stored, sold, displayed, and etc. shall have smooth and unobservant floor finishes, meaning that the floor cannot be bumpy or uneven floors in a kitchen, and it must be of, I would say, of concrete or something like that, that, in case food spill from the table or from the stove or something, it must not, be sucked into the floor. Example, kitchen and storage room. So this is a photo of a kitchen here. What kind of floor finishes do you see in this photo? It's a ceramic tile floor finishes. There's a few other that which we can use, and that's rubber floor finishes, polished concrete, vinyl tiles. And can we use carpet in a kitchen? The answer is no. We're going to move on to 3.7.6.3. Location of plumbing fixtures. Rooms containing water closets should not be placed or not open directly into food prep area, and this is a kitchen or a storage room, dining area, could be an eating room or space. Also, customer must not pass through this area, and when I say these area, meaning a kitchen or storage room or a dining area to access, or dining room to access the washroom. So you can't really go through a kitchen to actually access the washroom or a kitchen or something like that. Washroom for the public must be located within the restaurant or no more than 45 meters from the restaurant, but within the same building. Remember this, it must, if you are planning to design your restaurant and decided, okay, well, I'm not going to put a washroom in my restaurant, well, that washroom must be 45 meters away from the restaurant, but within the same building. Floors doesn't matter. It could be on the second floor. It doesn't matter, but must be in the same building. Now, 3.7.6.4, lavatories, appliance, and sink. Area where food are prepared or handled must have a hand wash sink for employees. There will be an exception to this, and I will explain that to you in the next slide. A 2 or 3 compartment sink, so this is a 2 compartment and this is a 3 compartment, must be provided for cleaning of utensils and other equipments. Now, if it's a 2 sink compartment, and that's this here, or 2 sinks, so basically you can have 2 separate sinks. You doesn't need to have this directly. One compartment shall be used for washing and rinsing. So let's use this compartment here where this guy hand is for washing and rinsing, and the other for sanitizing. So this one here, this other compartment for sanitizing. Hope that's understandable. Now 3.7.6.43, this is a unique one. So small retail food premises that are no more than 56 meters square are emitted from this requirement if, mean it doesn't need to have a hand wash sink. If it's selling cold drink and frozen food in its original container, so that would be like a can of Coke or a bottle of Coke or something like that. Hot beverage such as coffee, popcorn, roasted nut, french fries, or pre-packaged food that is capable of not supporting mold or toxin organisms. That would be pretty much straightforward. Now 3.7.6.5, hot and cold water supply. Where does hot and cold water supply needs to go, or what should it supply itself? 2. Need to be provided at every sink and appliance in all food manufacturer, processed, and preparation area. Sinks used wash for washing utensils. So we're looking at this here. You see there is a hot water supply over here, and this would be a cold water supply. Same thing goes here, hot and cold. And the same thing, just by washing your hands, it's a hot and cold. You can see two valves. That's a Canada standard or North America standard. Now, exceptions to 3.7.6.4.3. This here. Since sinks can be eliminated or at water closets. So remember, as we mentioned earlier, in a small retailing food, once it's not more than 56 meters square and it follows these requirements, we don't need a sink, so we don't need to provide it with hot or cold water, or hot water basically. And for water closets, you don't need to provide that with hot water. That can be flushed with a toilet, can be used to flush with cold water, and most of the time everybody use cold water to flush a toilet. So now 3.7.6.6, employee faculties. Sorry, that's facilities. Male and female change rooms shall be separated. Large enough to change and store rooms. So these rooms must be large enough to change and store clothes in lockers within that room. Sleeping quarters. These rooms shall not be opened directly into the kitchen, dining area, storage area, and etc. So we treat sleeping quarters just as a washroom, or you know. So that's the end of this channel. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next.